If you're a real Warriors fan living in the US, this video is for you. From coast to coast, America is buzzing after last night's game. Steph Curry just reminded the whole country why he runs the West. The Golden State Warriors are on the edge of another seismic shift. After a season filled with heartbreak, inconsistency, and growing tension about the team's direction, the front office has one goal in mind: to reload fast and return to championship contention before Stephen Curry's title window slams shut. And now, the latest rumors are nothing short of explosive. According to multiple league insiders, the Warriors have locked in on a $21 million per year guard in what could be a blockbuster deal that turns the franchise's fortunes around. This isn't just another rotation player or bench piece. This is a serious name, a potential starter who can immediately change the dynamic on both ends of the floor. So who is this mystery $21 million man? And what would the Warriors have to give up to make this dream scenario a reality? Strap in, because the chessboard is moving fast in the Bay, and the Warriors are going all in once again to try and maximize the final prime years of their franchise icon, Stephen Curry. Let's start by stating the obvious: the Warriors are desperate for help. Steph Curry, now 37, is still playing like a top 10 player in the league. But the roster around him? It's been a frustrating mix of underperforming veterans, unproven youth, and chemistry issues that never quite got resolved after their last title run. Klay Thompson's decline in offensive efficiency, Draymond Green's age and volatility, and the inconsistent growth of guys like Moses Moody and Jonathan Kuminga have left Golden State stuck between timelines. They're not quite rebuilding, but they're no longer feared either. That's a dangerous place to be in the ultra-competitive Western Conference. And that's why this new trade rumor has fans buzzing, because the Warriors are reportedly targeting a high-caliber guard who earns about $21 million annually. This isn't a back-of-the-bench gamble. This is a player with proven playoff experience, scoring chops, and the ability to make an immediate impact. The names being floated include Malcolm Brogdon, Terry Rozier, and even Tyus Jones. All three are in that salary range, and all three could bring something the Warriors need desperately: secondary playmaking, scoring relief for Curry, and a veteran presence who can steady the ship when chaos hits, which it often does in Golden State games these days. Let's talk about Malcolm Brogdon first. The 2023 Sixth Man of the Year. A tough, physical guard who can handle the ball, hit the three, and defend multiple positions. Brogdon is exactly the type of high IQ, two-way player that Steve Kerr loves. He's battle-tested, disciplined, and doesn't need the ball in his hands constantly to be effective. The Warriors have missed a guard like this ever since Shaun Livingston retired. Brogdon would slide in beautifully next to Steph, capable of running the offense when Curry sits, defending opposing guards, and knocking down open looks when defenses collapse on Curry. The only catch? He's on a $22.5 million expiring deal, and Portland knows his value. They won't give him away for nothing. That brings us to the potential trade package. The Warriors have limited flexibility, but they do have a few movable pieces. Jonathan Kuminga's name continues to draw interest around the league. While the Warriors are still hopeful about his upside, they also recognize that Curry's timeline doesn't match Kuminga's development curve. Pairing Kuminga with a future first-round pick, or maybe adding in Moses Moody or salary fillers like Kevin Looney and Gary Payton too, could get a deal done. But would Golden State really pull the trigger on a deal that sends away one of their most promising young players? If the right guard is available, and if Steph signs off, the answer might be yes. Now, let's explore another intriguing option: Terry Rozier. The Charlotte Hornets guard is another player making around $21 million per year, and he fits the mold of a microwave scorer off the bench who can also start when needed. Rozier brings something this team sorely lacks: aggression. He attacks the rim, draws contact, and has no fear in crunch time. Imagine him as a modern-day version of Leandro Barbosa, but with more range and more minutes. Rozier averaged nearly 20 points per game last season and could take a massive scoring load off of Curry's shoulders. The downside with Rozier is defense. He's not a stopper. In fact, pairing him and Steph together might be risky against elite backcourts. But offensively? It would be fireworks. Rozier also has 2 more years on his deal, making him a more long-term investment compared to Brogdon's expiring contract. Then there's Tyus Jones, one of the most underrated point guards in the NBA. Steady, surgical, and efficient. He doesn't turn the ball over, he knows how to run an offense, and he's improved his shooting dramatically. Tyus wouldn't be a flashy addition, but he might be the smartest one. He could take over second-unit responsibilities, allow Curry to rest more during games, and ensure the offense never falls apart when the stars sit. He's a floor raiser, and the Warriors desperately need that right now. Whichever direction they go, the reality is clear: the Warriors are not content running it back with the same core. The era of hoping their youth magically blossoms into all-star support is over. This is now about maximizing the last 2-3 elite years of Steph Curry's legendary career. It's about urgency. And it's about finding that one player, that one missing guard who can tip the balance back in Golden State's favor. Steph wants help. He's made that clear. While he's remained loyal to the franchise and stayed out of front office decisions publicly, those close to him say he knows the clock is ticking. He sees what LeBron is doing with the Lakers, demanding moves. He sees what Giannis did last year, pressuring the Bucks to bring in Damian Lillard. Stars don't wait anymore. They speak up. And behind the scenes, Curry is pushing for change. The question is, will the front office deliver? There's also the financial reality to consider. The Warriors are one of the highest spending teams in NBA history. Joe Lacob has paid massive luxury taxes year after year, but even he has his limits. If the team is going to spend more or trade valuable youth, they better be sure it results in wins. This is why the $21 million range is such a key number. It's big enough to matter, but not so massive that it breaks the bank. Let's imagine what this team would look like with Brogdon or Rozier in the mix. You'd have a core rotation of Steph Curry, one of the target guards, Klay Thompson, assuming he re-signs, Andrew Wiggins, and Draymond Green. Off the bench, you still have Chris Paul, or maybe he gets moved to match salaries in the trade. You've got Peyton II, Moody, maybe Brandon Podziemski, and Tracy Jackson Davis. Suddenly, that's a 9-man rotation that makes sense. It has scoring, shooting, defense, and veteran experience. Most importantly, it gives Curry the support he needs. Too many times last season, the Warriors collapsed when he sat. The bench offense went cold. Turnovers piled up. And opponents smelled blood. That can't happen again. This new guard, whoever it ends up being, needs to run the show when Steph rests and complement him when he plays. Some fans might wonder, why not just develop Podziemski or let Kuminga grow into that role? And while that sounds nice, the reality is the Warriors don't have time. Curry isn't getting younger. You can't waste another year experimenting while the Western Conference gets stronger. The Nuggets, Thunder, Timberwolves, and Mavericks all look like legit contenders. The Warriors? Right now, they look like a first-round exit. Unless something changes. And that something could be the $21 million guard they're targeting right now. It could be Brogdon, Rozier, Jones, or even a surprise name we haven't heard yet. But make no mistake, the wheels are turning. Conversations are being had. The Warriors know that they cannot enter training camp with the same roster that flamed out last year. If you're a Warriors fan, this is the moment you've been waiting for. The front office is finally acting with urgency. The clock is ticking. Curry is watching. And the next move could define the next 5 years of Golden State basketball. So what do you think? Should the Warriors trade Jonathan Kuminga to get a win-now guard? Should they take a swing on Brogdon, Rozier, or someone else? Or should they stay patient and let the young guys grow? Let us know in the comments. Hit that like button if you want to see the Warriors go all in for Steph one more time. And don't forget to subscribe, because this trade rumor might just be the beginning of something massive in the Bay.